Welcome to the second board control circuit of the white belt course. The first exercise is a high press hold. The high press hold is when we balance completely onto the nose of our board and we hold this position. This exercise will really build up your balance and strength in the leg you are pressing on, and it'll also build up your pulling strength in your hip flexors and your hamstrings on your pulling leg. To do this exercise, we're first going to get into a low press position. After this, we're going to pull our opposite leg up as high and as hard as we possibly can. Our goal is to balance completely onto the nose of our board, lifting up this portion underneath our binding off the ground. So we're really going to have to pull with our hip flexors, with our hamstrings, and pull this board up and hold this position. How we're going to balance here is we have to keep a consistent pushing pressure and also pulling pressure to keep ourselves balanced in this position. Doing this on our right leg, we're going to do the same exact thing and shift into a low press position. We're then going to pull up our left leg as hard as possible, trying to lift our binding off the ground, balancing completely on the nose. If you're like me and you are right leg dominant, this side could be really hard because my left leg is not as strong. So we definitely have to spend more time pulling and holding this position to build up your leg's ability to pull your board up. The second exercise in this circuit is a flat spin rotation. A flat spin rotation looks like this. This exercise is really good in building your ability to spin your board with your legs. To do this exercise, let's first pick a direction to be our downhill direction. If the camera is downhill, I'm gonna turn my board to face the camera. Next, I'm gonna put my weight on my back leg, and from here, I'm gonna push my board out while pulling this left leg back. And as I do that, as I pull the board back, now I'm going to switch my weight to my left leg. To do this effectively, we also need to use our upper body to initiate the rotation. So I'm going to throw my shoulder back like this, and then I'm going to pull my board back with this leg. Next, I'm going to throw my shoulder back like this and pull the board back. So using your arms to help initiate the rotation is going to be really important. And our goal is to try to get our board to do a complete 180. But if your board is not a complete 180 and you're like kind of off to the side, that's completely okay. Just slowly build your ability to get to 180. If you don't have a training mat or a carpet or some sort of slippery surface to practice on, you can also practice this move by jumping up, popping up off the ground with both your legs, and then pulling and pushing your board in midair. The final exercise in this circuit is a nose up. This movement is one of the core foundational movements of ground tricks, and being able to get your nose up really high will add a lot of style to your tricks. To do this movement, we're going to start in a low riding position with our shoulders stacked with our board. Next, I'm going to shift my weight from my front leg to the back leg, and then I'm going to pull up my board. And as I pull up my board, I want to keep all my center of gravity stacked on top of this back leg. Same thing with our other side. We're going to start in a low riding position. I'm going to shift my weight to my front leg, shift it back, and then pull up my board. So it's very important that when we're doing this move and we're pulling up our board, we're not shifting our weight back over to our front leg, but we're keeping our weight completely centered over this back binding. Also, we want our shoulders to be stacked with our board, and we don't want our shoulders opening up like this. Lastly, we want our arms to be helping us with this movement. We don't want our arms flailing around, because if they're flailing around, it's going to throw us off balance. So as we're doing this movement, we want our arms to help us generate this upward momentum, and we want it to help us stay in balance in midair.